Hello and welcome to coverage of the Magic Online Community Cup. I'm Marshall Sutcliffe in the booth with Brian David Marshall, and we have hit the dessert portion of our IRONROOT Chef Challenge BDM. This is the third one. Talk to us about what the players are going to be playing.
So the players had to build a modern deck, but they had to build a modern deck around a card, an ingredient of their choosing. The deck has to not really show us cards that we've seen in other modern decks. You can't really go to pantry staples like Tarmogoyf, Vendilion Click, or anything like that. You really need to go.
They don't want to see those cards.
No,
I think the judges may be offended by those cards.
Correct. So the community team built their deck around the ingredient Hungry Spriggan.
Yeah, so this was Maria Bartholdi's creation. She was the head chef for this. You see that Kenji Egashira is the one who's actually going to be piloting it here. But Maria's the one that did it. And the thing is great. Look at some of the cards you'll see here. You might be wondering, oh, Darksteel plate, that card's not very good. Yeah, it's not.
But it's
plating.
A plate. It's all about plating.
It's a plate. You need a plate if you're going to eat, right? Unholy Hunger. Something I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, same.
Hungry Spriggan. Now, so
this might be actually a very difficult deck to commentate on at this point.
It might be. So to be clear here, BDM, they each had to choose a card around which to build. Right? Now, we should say what the card is for each. So it's Hungry Spriggan.
It's Hungry Spriggan there.
Yeah.
For the Wizards team, they chose Glistening Oil.
Glistening Oil. Now, what do you think was the thinking behind that card?
They said that they really wanted to tell the story of Phyrexia.
Okay.
Of New Phyrexia.
Okay.
And that they felt that they could tell that story very well.
Now, this was Sam Stoddard.
This was Sam Stoddard, yeah.
Now, on the bottom, though, it was Hungry Spriggan, and then it's a 1/1 for 3 mana for 2 and a green. And it's got trample. When it attacks, it gets +3/+3 until end of turn. And what the community team decided to do was to tell this, not to tell a story of something magic related, but to tell the story of the IRONROOT Chef Challenge, of food, of plating, and that kind of thing. It's dinner.
I think it was a
little less ambitious,
very,
perhaps.
Intelligent metagame decision by the community team.
It resonates, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
You know, that's the thing that I think that it's easy to overlook, is how much things really resonate when you see them. And whether you think it's good or not, it's just, does it hit the right nerves for the judges? And I think that we're going to see when the judging comes around, I think the community team's going to have a leg up.
So here comes Hungry Spriggan.
Doesn't look very good against infect creatures, unfortunately.
No, it does not. Oh, look at that card on the left there.
Grim Affliction?
Fresh meat.
Oh, down there on the bottom. Oh, fresh meat. That's great. Urge to Feed.
Yeah.
This is just too good. Eater of Days. Now, the players, I think, weren't allowed to use the Battle for Zendikar cards, else Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, would certainly be in the deck.
So now we see the Hungry Spriggan getting Grim Affliction.
And that's, of course, going to proliferate an extra counter, plus 2 more incoming. Kenji Egashira has 4 poison counters already. He looks to the side of one of his teammates in a little smirk, and yeah, buddy, you're up against it here. Butcher's Cleaver. Well, you got to cut up the fresh meat there. But he doesn't have any creatures that he can actually cast, right? I mean, he can cast Eater of Days, but
he can cast Fresh Meat as well.
What else is
but isn't that only for the creatures that died this turn?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So he can't do that.
So
now
again,
he's got an Eater of Days, but he has to skip 2 turns here. Is that the?
That is correct.
But for his trouble, he gets a 9/8 flying trampler.
And I would like to point out, by the way, that when you're preparing a meal,
Blightsteel Colossus.
it's really all about your guests. So Eater of Days is a very, very nice card. You know, it's like, you're giving away your turns. You know what I mean? It's like
there's a game.
It's kind of like it kind of is nice dinner etiquette.
Because you're the one who's making the dinner. And
you're taking up all
your
that time.
But it's for your friends.
Yeah,
It's for your family.
Here, Aaron.
I love that.
awfully loud about cards in people's hands.
Now the question is, can Aaron get rid of this Eater of Days? Well, Mycosynth Wellspring's not the card that he wants to do that. Also interesting, you know, again, the namesake or the prime ingredient for the deck, Glistening Oil, doesn't really work well with Eater of Days because it gives it Infect. Just whack you twice and you're dead.
I do. So
Yeah, and I'm not sure how favorably
Minimize
the
not the
judges
only
are
one that
gonna
can
view
take extra turns,
Blightsteel
you know?
Colossus.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Why is corrupt in this deck?
because they're corrupt. The Phyrexians are corrupt.
Because they are corrupting
Yeah,
things?
yeah.
Okay. Because sure does not go into the theme of what the deck's trying to do in game very well.
No. So here's a Plague Mirror.
So right now, remember, Aaron's picking up 2 additional turns off of the Eater a day. So he's kind of trying to develop out his board and see what he can get from it. You know, maybe he can just go wide enough.
Community team back within 12 points, by the way, with that little win there
No disc.
last round.
I see.
What? I don't want it.
It's going to cycle an Ichor Slick.
Yeah, a couple of them it looks like, and there's a Wellspring. So he's just kind of working through his deck here, but this is not the turns that he really wanted to see after getting the Eater of Days down. And Kenji is that smile starting to get bigger and bigger. He's like, this isn't bad. Oh yeah. Phyrexia's Core.
Oh, I see the value there.
Oh, there's value all over the place.
Oh my.
Sure.
Ooh, liquid metal coating. I
Flying
do love that
trample.
card.
Oh, I remember that card. Well, it turns a creature and it turns something into an
Permanent.
artifact, right?
Permanent into an artifact, yeah.
God, are we battling on Phyrexian?
Is there something inherently Phyrexian about that happening
Yes.
as well?
Yeah,
or-
yeah.
Okay. I thought that they poisoned everything. Like,
They do, but there was also like a, you know, they're turning them into.
what,
Give it a turn.
mechanical
Yeah.
things or something
Yeah.
more? I don't know. I kind of I'm struggling to see that one. All right. Well,
Oh, what? I took that for the block.
In comes.
Kenji did not block. He's going to go up to
Block
6
and block.
poison here.
Is he really?
You'd
right.
think you just.
Definitely
Unless
gonna
I'm
block
missing
there.
something on board here. Is it the Phyrexia's Core? Oh, maybe
Oh.
he misclicked. Okay. Graham just pointed out to me that the glistening oil deck, it's all foil. Look, those are all premium cards. It's maximum glistening. How great is that?
That's awesome. All right, so here is the Dark Steel plate.
It doesn't look amazing here in the face of infect
Okay.
creatures, but yeah, that looked like a misclick from
It's a plate.
Kenji, and that could be very costly as he's now up to 6 poison.
Let's
Can
read.
he take?
I think I'll pass.
No. Could he have attacked there and just been willing to go to 9 poison? I guess he just can't risk a proliferate trigger.
I mean, he needs 3 turns to kill Aaron.
Glissa the Traitor.
There's a Vornklex, and that is not coming down for a while. And Kenji can't cast his Urge to Feed because he's off of
He
double
doesn't have a
black.
second black, yeah.
Glissa the Traitor? What's old Glissa been up to? I haven't seen her in a while. So they're kind of working with that old sub-theme with the sacrificing artifacts, getting them back,
The last time I saw a Glissa.
drawing extra cards from them, and doing that whole thing. But it does look like for now there's a Sprout for Kenji, which, by the way,
Nice.
is
Nice.
part of the appetizer.
Yeah, part of building that meal.
Mm-hmm.
Put little microgreens on top, just garnish.
Mm-hmm. He's going to cast a Butcher's Cleaver. Definitely not what Kenji has in mind here, though. If he can maneuver himself into a position where he can get that thing equipped, it does make it a 2-turn clock. Bang, bang, you're dead.
And it does,
It's just that he's-
as indestructible, it does get around that first strike death touch
Ooh,
nonsense.
look at this. He's attacking now because of the 2-turn clock nature of it. Look at this. Now he's going to gain another life here from the Mycosynth Wellspring, though. Does that put it out of range for Kenji? He's attacking for 9 here. Yeah, that actually does, doesn't it? Uh-oh. That's not going to work out the way Kenji hoped, because now he's going to hit for 9, dropping him down to 13, and even with an equip of the Butcher's Cleaver, he's only attacking for 12. I think Kenji was hoping to be able to kill him in 2 turns. attack him here, put him to 12, take the 3, hope he doesn't have anything, equip and attack and win, and that doesn't work because of the Phyrexia's core.
And with Phyrexia's core, he actually gets to gain 2 life over that stretch of turns.
Yeah, now he does have the Sprout that he can use to block here and probably trade off for the
Sprout's nice here.
For the rats. So, you know, it's not his game plan isn't dead in the water. But I think he's going to need a little bit more help here.
I think both players have successfully navigated we haven't seen this deck in Modern before.
Sprout. Let's see.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay.
Coming soon to a PPTQ near you.
Probably not.
No?
No.
Not going to sprout it up?
No. So Kenji goes up to 7 poison counters.
Gets a trigger from Glissa.
Can't quite kill Aaron next turn.
Gets to return an artifact.
Yeah,
Pretty sweet. Returns a Wellspring. Yeah.
He's going to draw another card off of that, sack it to the Phyrexia's core. He needs to find some action here, though.
It's kind of gross.
Like, he needs to put another threatening poison creature on the
There's a
battlefield.
glistening oil. There
That
is
doesn't
the
actually-
titular card.
No, that definitely doesn't do it.
Because it gives infect.
Yeah, but he can give his Glissa infect with that and kill Kenji next turn. Like, if Kenji doesn't have anything,
Right.
he can put it on his own Glissa. It gives it infect and then attack and kill Kenji. That's if Kenji goes for like equip, attack, or even just attack, thinking I can't play around anything anymore,
Right.
something like that.
Okay.
Okay, well, he's found a creature here though.
It's a Hungry Spriggan.
Yeah. And that does give him the ability to block. That's a big draw for Kenji.
Hungry, man.
He needed to find either a black mana source or a creature there so that he could chump block Glissa. But he didn't even know that necessarily. But yeah, Kenji actually looks to be in a good position now. Yeah, the Darksteel play doesn't do much here, but this is actually looking good for Kenji, isn't it?
Except that if he... Oh, it's at the beginning of your upkeep you put the counter on, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can turn one of your creatures into a poison creature just however you feel. And he bricked.
Cards an answer.
Forsyth bricked. Now, he can play this swamp and gain 5. Does that do anything? No, the Cleaver actually threatens to kill him anyway.
Oh, you're saying gain life with the Corrupt?
Yeah, just gain life with the Corrupt, and he would gain 5 there, right? And that would put him to 10, but the Butcher's Cleaver that's just kind of been hanging out could go on the Eater of Days and kill Aaron. I think Kenji has this.
He's going to put the glistening on the Glissa.
Yeah, which was kind of the plan. And again, if Kenji hadn't have top decked the Hungry Spriggan, this would have worked.
But now he has to block with the Spriggan.
Yeah, but he's just dead on the crackback.
Yeah. All right, he's going to...
Kenji goes all in with Eater of Days, dodges any type of disaster on the extra turns, and I think he's going to be able to just scrape out a win here.
What artifact will Aaron get back?
More Iker Wellsprings, please.
The Wellspring. Okay, so he gets a draw step here as well. Or a draw. Let's see what he can do with it.
Keep digging.
Oh, yeah.
He needs to find something. Oh! Oh, it has trample, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, he almost found it. The Ink Moth could have chump blocked, but it has flample, so he can't. This is ridiculous. Look at Kenji shake his head. He knows he got away with one here.
So Corrupt is going to be the play here. Nope.
No, he doesn't have enough mana.
Yeah, he's going to draw.
He only has 5.
Gets a Viridian Emissary, but
No, I'm dying.
That should be the game. Eater of Days is gonna win.
Yes.
Gonna give the Infect deck 2 extra turns.
Yep. You are correct, sir. Oh, he actually did have enough mana. You were right. The Plague Mirror could have tapped for mana.
Yeah, and I think.
But Corrupt didn't get the job done is the problem. And Kenji's job is simple.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm gonna put a Hungry Spriggan into play when I attack you to death.
Yeah. Just to show you that it's all about the food. Boom. Wow. And Kenji steals one from Forsyth.
Nom Nom's a game away from Aaron.
Wow.
Wow. That's crazy. He gave his opponent 2 extra turns.
Yep. Just spotted him 2 turns.
So no sideboard, by the way, for the Wizards team here on the Glistening Oil deck. This is their deck. They have no sideboard. They've submitted it as is. They're like, this is our dish. There's no waffling. There's no waffles. This is it. This is what we're bringing to the table.
The Hungry Spriggan deck does have a sideboard.
Yeah. Which perhaps indicates some sort of lack of confidence in your food.
Oh. Interesting. Devouring Swarm, Gluttonous Slime, Gobbling Ooze. They got all the kind of food stuff in there.
Master of the Feast.
Yeah? That should be in the main deck, right?
Yeah, I believe that should actually be in the main deck.
Yeah, Pelucranos World
I almost
Eater.
think that would have been a better card to build the deck around than Hungry Spriggan. It's our Master of the Feast deck. Kenji's. Oh, it's also.
He's saying Taybak's saying it's 70. What are you seeing over there, Matt?
I'm checking out the community team. Looks like Aaron has submitted a 75 card deck.
Oh, he does have a sideboard?
He doesn't have a sideboard to bring in, but he can lose up to 15 cards here for game 2.
Oh, he submitted a 75 card main deck.
He had a 75 card main deck for game 1, so he can now take out cards. He doesn't bring a sideboard to swap in cards.
All right.
But Watson can go a little trimmer here for games 2 and potentially 3.
So they wanted to use all of the main deck slots for their Phyrexian deck here.
All right, we're underway here in game 2.
So many plants.
Aaron's.
That's salad, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a leafy green to start out our meal. Is he going to glistening oil the plant? I guess you just do. He could play the wellspring instead, but taste it. Look at Forsyth. He's so excited.
Wow.
So what happens is that on Kenji's upkeep,
Is it on Kenji's upkeep or at the beginning of your upkeep?
of your
beginning
upkeep.
of Aaron's
So the
upkeep,
person who
man.
controls the enchantment, which is Aaron, the glistening oil is going to put a counter on the plant, and then it's when it
killing
goes to
my
the
salad.
graveyard, it's going to go back to Aaron's hand. And Kenji says, "You know what, buddy?
Take it.
Send a message. You take 0.
Always
infect."
attack.
Oh, yeah.
This is actually terrible for me.
Forsyth is just mowing down plant tokens here. Plays another one, even though he could play an Ichor Wellspring, a perfectly reasonable play for the turn. He decides, I'm going to get rid of that plant token
go.
right now. And now another target.
Oh boy. But you know what?
What?
You like that salad? We've got a lot of salad for you
Okay.
because we've got Sprout Swarm on
Oh,
the line.
no. I don't think that glistening oil can keep up with a
It
Sprout
cannot keep up with a Sprout Swarm.
Swarm. Kenji's kind of doing some math here.
You don't attack it, right? You just play the land and you start to swarm.
Beat that card.
Oh, I guess he wants to get his Spriggan into play.
Huh. He could have bought it back, though, right?
Yeah. It's got Convoke and Buyback. It's 5 mana
Pesticides
to
on
make
the
a
salad
Sprout
right now.
and buy it back.
And with Convoke, he actually did have just enough. Would have had to do it on Aaron's upkeep. It's a little awkward, but.
So Aaron plays an Ichor Wellspring.
So what is his plan here?
Who, Aaron's?
No, Agashira's.
I don't know.
He just didn't do
I
any.
see that.
Oh, he's
I guess
going to Savage Hunger here?
This doesn't work forever. On
That's
bigger
an
creatures,
enchantment, right?
land is very bad.
Does it have cycling?
He just did nothing. He didn't play the Spriggan either.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to get that thing infected.
Oh, I guess he's decided he's going to cast it, and he's going to try to...
He didn't do
No?
that either.
Oh, you got me. I've been
There it is. There it is.
infected.
Kenji's on the do nothing plan. He should play this
All right. Time to get
Okay,
hungry.
he's just going to play the Spriggan.
So he knows he knows that the glistening oil is going to go on his Spriggan.
Yeah?
He's going to then have a turn to enchant it with Savage Hunger.
Okay. Which does what again? Do you remember?
I assume it lets it live through a turn of glistening oil.
Oh, yeah. It gets +1/+0 and has trample. So nope,
No, it
do
doesn't
that.
actually do that.
I see you only went down to like 65.
Oh, Kenji just doesn't seem interested in getting the Sprout Swarm going.
Enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and trample. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like your salad dressing.
All right, we'll try one more time.
Somebody in chat just said, somebody tell Aaron Forsyth his salad dressing sucks. All that glistening oil just being drizzled on the sprouts from Kenji.
So he brought the oil, but the chat's bringing the vinegar here.
Yeah, and they're not mixed together at the moment.
All right, so he's just decided that he is going to
What?
spend his Savage Hunger. He's going to get the bonus from
Oh, I totally
the
thought this
Spriggan
was-
when it attacks.
Never mind.
He's just going to...
He's just going to one-time him.
A lot of poison.
That is a lot of poison.
He's like, I'm going to get you to 7 poison. He's like, I'm going to try to kill you with your own poison counters.
But I'm going to gain a life.
That's his goal.
I could have sworn Savage Hunger gave +3.
I mean,
+0.
he's just going to lose the
Not really
Savage
bad.
Hunger now.
Appreciate your
Yeah.
What is going on?
your
Graham,
flavor.
can you find out if they're doing some stipulation thing? Because this is just not adding up for my... I wonder if they gave themselves some rules or something. Because why would Kenji do that? He just threw away Savage Hunger for, like, a damage.
So what is that?
Okay.
Telgelad Outriders?
I like that.
Looks like it.
Telgelad Outrider, protection from artifacts, 3/1. Yeah, there it is. Okay. In play. So another hungry Spriggan.
To be glistened.
Well, I mean, chittering rats. Chittering rats. That's interesting.
Why is that in the deck?
I'm not sure why it's in the deck, but I love
If
that
you were in the
card.
judge seat, would you be like, or would you be like,
I'd be like,
Okay.
yeah. But I love the card.
Be like the card, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, here comes a Nexus.
Triumph of the Hordes or something.
Little liquid. Here's a little liquid metal coating action for you. If
If he blocks,
if he blocks, he turns it into an artifact. Yeah.
That's gross.
He's gonna Grimaflection though here. So he's on the 2 plans here. He's doing a little damage and he's doing a little poison. Yeah, it doesn't sound like there's any kind of stipulation in play here. It sounds like Kenji has just decided it would be cool to kill Aaron with his own glistening oil. Like I'm gonna infect you to death with your own glistening oil. You brought
That is ambitious.
you brought this dressing to my dinner. It was terrible,
Oh, that's
and I'm
bad.
gonna make you eat it.
Productive turn.
Aaron loves the chittering rats
Oh my
here. I'll
God,
get you guys a
that
look
card
at
is
chittering
so
rats.
good.
It looks so unassuming and gross. So Kenji apparently trying to poison out Aaron.
But Aaron's got the liquid metal coating protection from
I'm ready
artifacts
for
around
your
here.
days this time. Fruit of the first tree.
Fruit of the first tree on the chittering rats.
It's got the most toughness.
Yeah.
And he also, if he put it on either of the Telgelad creatures, he could make the font an artifact and have it fall off of them. Even if for some reason
Sure.
he wanted to put it there.
He could make the what? The fruit of the first tree?
Fruit of the first tree, yeah.
Ah, I see, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, Forsyth has certainly changed gears here as now he has Kenji down to 7 life points.
He's got original Glissa as well. In hand, anyway.
Now he's going to cast Sprout Swarm with no buyback.
Really?
Yeah, and it's just going to... I mean, he's dead. Like, he's just going to chump block.
So now, by the way, the combo is online for...
Dude, he's just... Aaron's winning this game.
I know,
There's
but
no
he's
combo needed.
But he could be doing Glissa, Sunseeker, Liquid Metal Coating.
Oh, that's sweet. Wow, that's really sweet. Taps to destroy an artifact.
He could destroy lands with that.
Now the only problem is that Kenji's going to be dead before he gets his combo up. He's got him down to 2, and Kenji's basically drawing dead here, right?
Yeah.
And with the forest, he certainly is. All right, so Forsyth wins that game. I have no idea what... Like, Kenji did not seem to be playing that in a conventional fashion.
I think he decided, I'm up a game. I want to make you taste the glistening oil.
And he made him taste like 3/4 of a glass of it.
That's more than I
Turns
can
out
handle.
that just makes you kind of queasy.
Yeah, and angry.
And a little grumpy.
Shoot.
So what I've actually done is I'm going to send Graham out there to ask Kenji, what happened? What
were you doing?
What were you doing that game?
You see.
Kenji's an awesome Magic player, and he was clearly had some type of agenda there, and I got to know what it was.
See, Aaron just hit submit as soon as they were done.
All right,
Kenji
man.
did a little tinkering around with the deck lists. So now you see the players. Let's take a look at these opening. Oh, that's just 2 lands, but one of them is a Karoo for Kenji.
It's not a Karoo. That's a Golgari Rot Farm. BDM.
Yeah.
You can't call them Karoos.
I can't?
No.
No.
But it is a Karoo.
Yeah. Okay, good. It's not like Big K Karoo.
No. Capital K.
So there's a Plague Mirror for Aaron Forsyth.
That's nice. That can, get some somewhat explosive turn 3 here for him. Is that card called He Who Hungers?
Oh, yes.
What does that do?
That would also have been a fine card to have be your secret ingredient.
Yeah. I kind of like Master of Feast that you mentioned before. Maybe that should have been the one. I mean, whatever. Hungry Spriggan's cool, too.
He Who Hungers is 5 mana for a 3/2 flyer. It has Legendary Spirit. It has 1 mana, sacrifice the spirit. Target opponent reveals his or her hand, and you choose a card from it. It also has Soul Shift 4.
By the way, check this out. Demonic Appetite has been played.
Whoa.
Yep. Crunch for 5. And it looks like Forsyth's just going to have to taste it here. But Demonic Appetite is very all in. You have to sacrifice a creature on your upkeep. Now, he's got a couple of expendable creatures here with the plant token. But the problem is, of course, at some point, Forsyth can just start chump blocking.
Yeah, I don't know. This seems like it favors Aaron pretty.
I agree. This is a very all-in
He's got
play.
a Glistening Oil. He's got an Ichor Slick in hand.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Glissa, the Trader, which can first strike Death Touch is kind of a problem.
That's a major issue for...
Although the Darksteel Plate is online.
Yeah, what does he need, another mana to be able to actually make it go?
Yeah, at least. So sacrifice
Well,
something.
that made that decision easy. Forsyth put a counter, basically forcing him to sacrifice his 1/1 rather than his plant token there. But it's all kind of the same as it...
The second He Who Hungers.
You said that was a legend as
Yeah.
well? Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's also 5.
All right. So that's not going to happen. And I wouldn't be shocked to see a chump block here. I mean, Aaron does have some life total to play with. He could go to 8, and he does.
I have a plate to eat
So
on.
here comes Dark Steel Plate.
But is that Ickerslick going to take care of the plant token here and
It is.
leave Kenji creatureless?
It is.
Oh no. Like GG ish?
Feels GG.
Now
I mean,
remember, Mike Turian won the appetizer round, but the main course, the entree, went the other direction to Yo Larson for the community team. And this is the third and final round of our Iron Root Chef. This is the dessert.
But we're only talking about allocating 9 total match points across these 3 matches.
Mm-hmm.
3 in units of 3 for each win.
Mm-hmm.
45 points for each team are available in judgment.
That's right, 15 per course that you can get. That's 5 from each judge maximum. And that's coming up after this game.
So Ickerslick is being cycled. Oh, you just get value there too.
Yep.
How about you sacrifice a creature, Kenji? All right.
Oh no, time to feed.
No. I sense some Forsyth cackles incoming. Now he does need to close this game out. BDM, I'm going to direct your attention to the
how
upper
is he at 3
left hand.
minutes?
I don't
What's going
know.
on?
I don't know. Did he start with less time? There's no way. This game is played out pretty cleanly, and somehow Kenji's used up 6 minutes of time while 100 minutes have gone. What happened there? Weird, right? I mean, I wasn't really tracking Forsyth's
Pull the
clock,
lever.
but I don't remember him taking that long. Anyway,
Yeah, I
here
think, he
comes
has,
the
I think he
team.
has enough time here to deal with all
He's
this.
got plenty of time. I don't think it's going to be a factor here at all. Kenji can only smile. Can't imagine that he's happy inside, though. Vorn collects out. Time to feed, no.
He can play He Who Hungers here.
Yeah, the 3-2 with flying, but it's not really going to get the job done. Goes down to 6, plays it. We see, by the way, a Viridian Shaman in Forsyth's hand. That's what he was digging for in the game that Kenji won the first game.
Right.
That would have taken out the Eater of Days.
Oh, that would have been sweet.
Yeah, and remember he had 3 mana
Oh,
when he
would
played
have
that
been
last thing. Yeah,
sweet.
yeah, that's what he was going for. But he didn't find it in time. Wouldn't be surprised to just see a bunch of attacks here anyway. Yeah, in they go. The Plague Mirror stays back. You might be wondering, well, why not just attack with everything then? Well, it's got Infect, and he's not going to kill Kenji.
That's
with
not the
Infect
that's
here.
not the plan he's on here.
Right. So he just might as well leave it back. He can
I'm
cash
very
it in
hungry.
with his Phyrexia's Core or use it for mana.
Yeah.
He's just going to pass the turn back. Kenji only gets one more draw step here.
Come on.
Gliss's Scorn to destroy. Oh, he's killing him with it. Oh, man. The Forsyth cackle was in full effect.
He's like,
I
it's-
almost heard it from the other room that we're in here.
It's indestructible. You're not.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, you're not. And that does it.